Hey friends, I'm Otis Gibbs, and this is Kevin Harrington. He was a roadie for the Beatles, and he's going to share some stories about being around Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr.
I was office boy at NEMS, and every day I'd go to Paul's, take letters from the office. Excuse me. Normal thing, knocked on the door, Paul answered. Hey Kevin, well, Paul, how you doing? All right, yeah, how are you getting back to the office? I'm going to get a bath. Hang on, I'll come with you. I was like, oh, okay, And so we walked out of his house and we walked down the road and walked to the bus stop, and I'm just like, this is, surreal, to be honest. It's like, whoa. And the bus comes, get on the bus and go upstairs and have a cigarette, and I get the money out, and the bus conductor's just walking this way, and he looks at me. And then he looks at Paul, and he just like smiles, and I'm just like grinning like an idiot, just like, just like, how much? There you go. And he's smiling, and it was like, oh, yeah, thank you. yeah, that'll do. That was fun. That was, that was my daily buzz on that day. I think the people that I was around and was around him, and like at Apple, everything else. No, he was just normal. It was just Paul. Because everybody felt comfortable. When we started at Apple at Wigmore Street, the Beatles used to come in quite a lot. Certainly Paul and John, Yoko. So everybody was used to it. I mean, there was, oh, it's just Paul, Oh, John's in, okay, Oh, George is coming, like, oh, all right then. There was, it was just the way it was. They were normal people. Which is, besides being musicians, they were just normal people, you see. Nice people. When Phil Spector, I mean, nothing really, but when Phil Spector came down to remaster or some of the Long and Winding Road, Paul came down and was not happy. And I think he had a sore throat and he wasn't feeling too good. So he asked me to get him some honey and lemon, which I did. Gave it to him. And about half an hour later, I thought, maybe I'll give him some more. So I made him another honey and lemon, and I sort of took it to him. And he's just walking out of Studio One. I said, I thought you might want more honey and lemon. He said, no, don't want it. I'll ask for it when I want it. And I was like, oh, okay. Right. And that was about it. That was the harshest words I think I ever got, But he was pissed off with what was going on. I was just trying to alleviate things, and, it didn't work. But that's, hey,
Did you see a lot of friction with Phil Spector?
No, not really. He was weird. He was really weird. I remember them sessions. Oh, the wall of sound, be in the studio. It's like, 20 musicians, 15 musicians, almost all playing the same thing. And he'd go, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Who? What? How do you, what? And it's like you're sitting there thinking, this is mad. But what was really sad was his bodyguard. He had a bodyguard. And because Phil was an insomniac, right? His bodyguard had to stay awake with him. And so this guy used to walk in red eyes like you wouldn't believe. And he was like, hey, how you going? Okay, yeah, go. Yeah. Yeah, no, he hasn't been to bed yet, It's just this poor guy who was just had to follow this man around that just wouldn't sleep. Yeah, that was amazing sessions, yeah. On the outtakes of Abbey Road, when they're all playing guitar, that rock and roll bit, there's like a sequence of various tunes. And they're all, I remember that night, and they're just all doing a little and then there's another one, and then Paul does it, and then George does it, and then John. And it was like, yeah, that kind of stuck out, because that was, to see the three of them kind of doing rock and roll riffs, you know, one after the other. That was kind of fun, you know. But there was lots of those little bits that, you know, you think, yeah, that was all right, you know, that was all right. But mainly it's kind of just, it's a meld of all of those nights, you know, just those 5 months with Abbey Road, with a Double White album, or maybe 3 months with Abbey Road, not too sure at all. But they just all, it's like touring, it just all melds into one, you know. That's why specific nights is, you know, oh, Jesus, you know. Besides being over 50 years ago, even 25 years ago, it was still all, it's just one big 2 years of Beatles with little bits of memories here and there, but the overall effect is, yeah, I was there.
You would set up his drums. Was he very particular about that, or was he easygoing about that? Or?
Well, I like that. Well, he's a drummer, so every cymbal and has got to be in the right place, you know. And I was kind of proud that I could get it near enough, absolutely perfect after about a week. You know, I was dead chuffed with that. You know, he very rarely, you know, like most of them, you know, they'll pick up the, you know, hi-hat stand just to put it down again, just because that's what they do, you know. Being invited to a party at his house was kind of like nice. That was a Christmas party. That was really nice. That's where I met this stunning-looking woman called Olivia Newton-John, who had just come over from Australia with Brian Walsh, I think, from the Shadows. You know, so that was cool. You know, oh yeah, okay. Don't know who you are. She just came over and went, hello, I'm Olivia. I'm from Australia. I went, oh, hello, I'm Kevin. I work for the band. And yeah, it was just a good party. It was, you know, it's just all those little day-to-day, you know, there's no kind of outstanding, the drums got kicked over, or, you know, there's none of that. The only real thing was, I think it was on the Double White album when he left. Because he wasn't appreciated, so he thought, oh, you know, there was this, and he walked out for a couple of days. But apart from that, you know, I mean, see, with that one, Mal, well, the band, there's three of them still sort of recording, you know, while he's away. And one night, this guy managed to walk into the reception at the EMI, drunk, of course. Oh, I've heard Ringo's left the band. I've come to volunteer me drumming services. I'm a drummer, man. You know, I thought the band might need a drummer because Ringo's left. So, and Mal was just like, no, arm round, you know. Not arm round, but it's like, no, you know. And he just stood there and he just started chatting with him. No, we don't need that. No, Ringo's, you know, we're all right. Do you want a cigarette? Oh, yeah, thanks, man. Like Mal was sort of up there and this guy's down here. And Mal just took a step and the guy just took a step with him. They carry on talking. And Mal just took another step. And the guy just took another step. Whatever it was, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. The guy was at the front door. Okay, Mal, thanks. Yeah, man, great. Yeah, excellent. You know, wicked, you know, didn't say wicked then, but thanks. And then he just left. I said to Mal, why didn't you just pick him up and throw him out? He could have done. He said, no, I can't do that. No, he says, whatever we do reflects on the band. Now that man's going to go back down to the club and he's going to say the Beatles, aren't they fantastic? You know, and that was Mal, you know. And it's kind of the same as up on the roof with the policeman. You know, just gently just try and keep them away as much as possible.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, subscribe to my channel and tell me down below what your favorite Paul McCartney song is, and I'll see you somewhere down the road. Much love to you.